Well, that's happy, isn't it? Hi guys, this is Klonoa, Daughter Phantomile, the first game in the Klonoa series. I am NJ Sakura. I'm going to start a new game. This is one of my favourite platformers of all time, because it's so happy, it's so well designed, it looks so great. These are our options, pretty self-explanatory. Controls, adjusting the screen, one of those weird things all these games ask you to do. And this title screen that reminds me of Ridge Racer Type 4. So there we go. So there we go, that sets the scene. It was all a dream. Or was it? So that there's Klonoa and Hoopo. And this is level 1, the beginnings of Gale. So our basic mechanics. We can shoot Hoopo, add to this little wind gun to inflate enemies. We can throw enemies at other enemies. We can throw enemies at these little flower buds. We can throw in and out of the screen, which is where this wonderful 2.5D presentation comes in. Some enemies will give us little abilities, kind of like in the Kirby games. We can pop these bubbles. Those bubbles with the strange wing-like symbol on. They release those cat-like creatures. There are 6 to be rescued in every level. Hearts, refill our health obviously. We can use enemies to get a double jump. The clock, I'm not entirely sure what it does. I think it slows enemies down. I remember hearing that at one point. Those wind jets, pretty obviously. They'll give us a little boost up into the air. We can slide down these steep cliffs. And we can get hit a whole bunch by these jumping fools. Then we go into this tower. And meet this guy. I like that cutscene because it shows off that while the environments in this game are completely 3D, like a lot of games at the time, the Klonoa's sprite and Baloo's sprite as well, they're 2D, and it allows for a lot of great little expressive gestures, like you saw Klonoa cowering in fear from Baloo during that cutscene. The animation isn't the smoothest, but there's a lot of personality in both Klonoa and Hoopo, and all of the other characters that we'll see throughout the game. So those spiked guys, again going back to the Kirby comparisons, they're kind of like the Gordos in Kirby. We can't pick them up, they'll deal damage to us, we can't really adjust their trajectory in any way. The gems we've been picking up, they're your standard coins kind of thing. We get 100 of them and we get an extra life. These fairies, they'll double the value of any gems we pick up. They're generally located around huge like strings of gems like that. There's one final jump. That guy hits us into the cave with you. And that's World 1 clear. We tally up the guys we rescued. They play a little song. We get a chance to save. We get all our health refilled between levels. And we can move on to the next level. Gunston Mine. So you see this, the wing behind us. We can't get it like that. But if we go down here, over this series of nice little tricky jumps, not only do we get a fairy and a bunch of gems, we also get this little wind jet that'll allow us to get up there. There's a lot of these little alternate paths throughout the game. They hide lots of little secrets, and while none of the secrets are really that important, like it's all finding secrets for the sake of finding like a little treat. Which I think if you're gonna hide secrets throughout your game, that is the best way of doing it. Don't make them critical to finishing the game, but have them as a nice little treat for the people that are going to explore. And these guys are going to completely rock us again. Through the door and into a roller coaster. If I remember rightly, there are a few of these sections throughout the game. This one's just kind of teaching you how the idea works. There are gems scattered throughout along the track. You can jump and sit around to pick them up. There's not really too much jeopardy on that one. We can grab a clock and move back outside. And it now starts raining. When we're carrying an enemy, we can't get up to those... When we're carrying an enemy, we can't go under those, like, smaller... through the smaller gaps. And that was a stupid move. There is, I believe... a creature to be rescued in that little cave there, but I completely forgot about it. Any of the levels I don't get all 6 out of 6 of the creatures on, I'm going to go back and re-record for bonus videos. So some of those little flower buds, and some bubbles as well, they're hidden until you pass over them. And that's what happens if you grab an enemy when not on a platform. They appear when you touch them. They're generally quite well signposted, or they'll be hidden on areas you're going to be jumping through anyway. Which is another nice little bit of design. Like, if you're going to hide stuff like that, make it somewhere you're going to be jumping through anyway. These guys, they inflate slightly, and then they spit out some spike balls. They're not that difficult to grab. We can't use enemies to pick up items, as I'm showing here. Not at all, because I've forgotten how to get that extra life over there. There's a little platform there. I thought there might be a flower bud on it, but no dice. And we have an alternate route down here. Grab one of these spike guys. There's a flower bud here. At least I think they're flower buds. It might be eggs. Doesn't seem right for them to be eggs. There's nothing really egg-like in this game. But whenever you've got an area where you need to throw an enemy, enemies will there'll be a basic enemy that's there to start with, and then afterwards you'll just get like basic enemies like that that just constantly jump in, spawn in, so you're never truly screwed over. We throw an enemy at this rock here, and it falls down. Very simple. The X in no way indicated that was going to happen. Grab one of these guys. As you can see, we needed to double jump with an enemy to get that creature up there. And as we jump through, we got the flower bud with an extra life in.
Gargoyle Leafy. Boa, jerk.
Right up at that, Daddy.
Gargoyle. Ever gargoyles mutant watch. Teleculario. Vas duque ahora no watch. Key joke, then good. Hot. Boa. Leafy blood clear. Jerk with blood fluid.
Red. WAHOO. Oh, that's every duck, right? Let's get them out. Let's get them out.
So this is our first boss, Rongo Lango, and in accordance with platform game tradition, we have to throw stuff at his arse. This first stage of the battle, he just jumps around. whenever we come close to him, he'll jump around, and we can just throw one of these enemies at him. It's not a terribly difficult boss. Third stage of the fight, he gets this little rainbow shockwave attack, because it is the 90s, every boss has a shockwave attack. And now he's down to just one hit left. And he gets another shockwave attack. He just kicks up the ground. I like any boss that does that kind of kick up the ground kind of shockwave. But that's the last hit, and he's down.
무 그로 와뉴 많이 와류 와와후 후 야마 카르쿠 마뉴 와후 많이 와후 아유 와후 와후 마무라 가디 와무 가르바미유 루프르무 레코 와후 그로 바르티 포로 많이 아빠바 와후 와후
So we saved 5 of the guys there. And now play us a little song. The page turned, and we grew happier. Wait, wrong game. I'll see you next time in the forest.